Yeah, my name's Chris and I work for Flying Dragon Cinematography, and I'm a professional aerial cinematographer. Currently we're using the Movi M5, the Movi Pro, the Tero, the Pilot, the Mimic, and the Alta 6 and the Alta 8. So we've been using Freefly for over 3 years now. When we first started Flying Dragon, we were always having trouble with equipment, performing, whereas as soon as we switched to Freefly, it was just reliable. It made such a difference on set because we could really concentrate on the artistry of the shot. Because we do a lot of car commercials, we're really throwing those drones around to capture those images. As soon as we switched to Freefly, instantly we just knew the difference, and we're just like, wow, amazing. Freefly, it's all one system and it just works. A lot of the other companies, they've gone for like an X8 design, whereas Freefly have chosen a flat 8. Because you've got 8 points in the sky where the drone can sort of balance, the drone flies a lot smoother than any other drone on the market. Their products are just far superior, and when you're working in that high end of the drone cinematography world, you need the best tools, and Freefly, in my experience, have been the best and most reliable and most intuitive to use. Yeah, when the first Altas were released, I was really amazed by the design. It folds down like a flower almost. Because the previous drones, we actually had to the arms would come off and we'd have to bolt them in, and it would take sometimes up to 40 minutes to prepare a drone, whereas now we can be on set and we can have a fully loaded Alta 8 with an RE Mini and a Cinema Prime up and ready to fly within 10 to 15 minutes. One of the big things with drone cinematography and also ground cinematography using gimbal systems is the weight of the gimbal. Freefly have really designed their Movi Pro to be as light as possible, but still providing the function of being able to stabilize the camera. Weight is such a huge factor because it affects flight time. To be honest, there's no other gimbal that you would really use for high-end aerial cinematography because everything else is just too heavy. We were on set for a Honda car commercial, and we were asked to track cars going around a circular orbit and in a perfect circle. We're flying the Alta 8 drone, and we had RE Mini on board with a Leica Prime, and we had the Movi Pro underneath, and we had to fly it over 80 kilometers an hour turning in a circle. It was such harsh flying conditions for the gimbal. Yeah, the Movi Pro just held perfectly still, even flying under those conditions. We were putting some real G's onto that system, and it held. With previous gimbals, the motors would flop out and then the gimbal would fall over and we'd lose the shot. We've been using Freefly for such a long time now, we've never had a problem. It's great flying Freefly. Previously we actually had to power the camera separately from the gimbal, whereas now you can power it from the Movi Pro, and that enables us to fly a much lighter package with the drone system. Gives us probably an extra 2 to 3 minutes worth of flight time, and that's huge because it's another take of the shot. Their landing leg system is actually set, and landing legs actually will turn with the gimbal. Because it was solid, there was no risk of the landing gear failing. With the 3 legs, you can actually land on uneven ground, whereas with any other drone system you can't. The great advantages of using Freefly is that they use the toad and the hole, which is all part of the one ecosystem, so you can go from aerial to ground-based shooting to remote control car, all with the one system. You can get shots that other drone systems can't get. Like for instance, if you're flying under a bridge, you just couldn't look up at the bridge because as soon as you looked up with the gimbal, you'd see the props. Yeah, one thing about the Alta is it is so responsive. It can go from 0 to 80 kilometers in seconds, and it's the only drone system that could keep up with a car like the Tesla, which we shot for Elon Musk a few months ago. What I'd like to see from Freefly is probably like a smaller drone system that can carry these smaller SLRs, because the quality that we're getting is amazing, and we've had, you know, some really high-end cinematographers who have been, you know, exceptionally impressed with what we've captured on these smaller cameras. For some jobs that we get at the last minute, we just can't do them because we can't take the batteries on plane with us. We've had to say no to them. You know, I'd like a drone system that we can fold down into a small case and with batteries that we can take on board. If we can have a system that ticks all those boxes, you know, I'll be a very happy man.